Long ago, in the land of Ajuro village, there flowed a river unlike any other. Her name was Omalara. Omalara was not ordinary water. No, she was a goddess, a living mother to the people. For many generations, the villagers depended on her. When the farmers needed rain, they knelt at her bank, and Omalara opened the sky and watered their crops. When the fishermen cast their nets, Omalara filled them with fish, fat tilapia, slippery catfish, and bonga that shimmered in the sun. And when barren women came to her with calabashes of palm oil, honey, and kola nuts, she blessed their wombs with the cry of children. Omalara was generous. She was kind. She was the heart of Ajura, and everyone loved her. But peace, they say, never lasts forever. One harmattan season, when the winds were dry and the red dust danced in the air, a stranger came to the village. His name was Okoro. He was tall, broad-shouldered, and his eyes carried a pride that made even children step aside when he walked past. No one knew where he came from. He said he was a traveler in need of food and shelter. And because the people of Ajura were kind, they welcomed him. They gave him yam, water to drink, and a hut to rest his weary feet. They thought they had done good, but they did not know the shadow that followed Okoro. One hot afternoon, when the village was quiet and the women had gone to the farms, Okoro wandered to the river. Now in Ajura, everyone knew the law of the river. The elders had said it again and again: do not pollute Omalara's waters, do not bring blood into her stream, and always speak with respect when you approach her. These rules were as old as the hills. But Okoro, whether out of arrogance or ignorance, did not listen. He stepped into the river, chewing roasted meat, spitting the bones into the water. And then, worse still, he took out a blood-stained knife, the very knife he had used to kill an animal on his journey, and he washed it in the river. The moment the blood touched the waters, the goddess stirred. The calm river trembled, and waves rose higher than ever before. The sky darkened though the sun still shone, and a thunderous roar roared across the land. That night, the people of Ajura could not sleep. The wind howled like mourning spirits, the water slapped angrily against the banks, and strange cries echoed across the village. From that day, calamity fell upon Ajura. The fishermen returned with empty nets, their boats capsized by sudden whirlpools. The farmers watched their yam leaves curl and dry, though the soil was wet. Pregnant women miscarried, children fell sick with fevers that no healer could cure, and at night, the villagers heard wailing voices from the riverbank, voices that sounded like unseen spirits weeping. Fear gripped the village like never before. The elders gathered at the village square, beneath the great Iroko tree. Baba Adaim, the oldest man with a beard as white as cotton, struck the ground with his staff. His voice shook as he said,
Omalara is angry. Someone has offended her. Unless we find the truth, our land will be destroyed.
The people trembled. They summoned the diviner, Fatombai, a man whose eyes had seen beyond the veil. He cast his sacred cowries on the mat. The shells danced, and his voice grew heavy.
The goddess has been polluted with blood,
he declared.
A stranger has committed an abomination in her waters. Until he confesses, Omalara will not forgive. The whole village will suffer.
A murmur rose through the crowd. Who was the stranger? Who had dared such evil? The villagers searched, questioning everyone. At last, a young girl named Amina stood trembling before the elders.
I saw him,
she whispered, her eyes wide with fear.
I saw Okoro at the river. He was washing a red knife.
Gasps filled the square. All eyes turned to Okoro. He was dragged before the elders, his pride gone, his face pale. At first, he denied it.
I did not know,
he cried.
I meant no harm. I only wished to bathe.
But Baba Adaim's voice boomed like thunder.
In Ajura, ignorance is no excuse. You have brought death upon us. You must pay the price.
The diviner Fatombi spoke again. The river must be cleansed. The stranger must offer a great sacrifice, a white ram, palm oil, honey, 7 alligator peppers, and his own blood from his palm. The people agreed. On the 7th night, the whole village gathered by the riverbank. The drummers beat the talking drum slowly, their sound carrying grief. Women wailed, their voices piercing the night. The priest stepped forward, his staff raised high. He called upon the goddess.
O Omalara, mother of waters, forgive this foolish stranger. Forgive your children. Do not punish the innocent for the sins of one.
The ram was slain. Honey and palm oil were poured into the water. Okoro stretched out his hand, and the priest cut his palm, letting drops of his blood fall into the river. The river trembled once more. The waves swelled, then grew calm. Suddenly, the air filled with a sweet fragrance, like flowers blooming in the night. The people gasped, and then they heard it, a voice rising from the river itself. It was soft, yet powerful, like water rushing over smooth stones.
I have forgiven Ajara,
Omalara said.
but let this be a warning. My waters are sacred. Whoever pollutes me again shall know my forats. Respect me, and I will bless you. Forget me, and I will destroy you.
The people fell to their knees. Some wept. Others bowed so low their foreheads touched the earth. Peace had returned, but the lesson was etched into their hearts. Okoro, though spared his life, could not remain in Ajaro. He was marked by shame. Soon after, he packed his belongings and vanished into the forest, never to be seen again. As for the people of Ajaro, they honored Omalara even more. Children were taught from birth that the river was sacred. Strangers were warned before they ever stepped near her waters. And so, under the moonlight, when the village gathers, the elders still tell this tale, the tale of the wrath of River Omalara. They say, respect the gods of the land, for they protect us. And never let the arrogance of one bring suffering to many.
And that is the story, my children, of how Omalara, once gentle and kind, turned her face in anger, and how the people of Ajoaland never to take the blessings of the gods for granted.